want to talk to Bellinger, Fried, Judge, clubhouse is
we gotta
open.
get Jazz. We gotta get Jazz.
Oh, that's right.
It's in the clubhouse.
Let's go.
All right, ladies first. It's my beard, Lauren. It's my beard. Who do we?
He's good now.
Oh, thanks, Hash.
You got to see why. 30 clubs in 15 days. Yankees camp starts now.
Thursday on the Grapefruit League circuit, we are visiting 30 clubs in 15 days, presented by T-Mobile. We are coming your way from Tampa, Florida, home of the New York Yankees. Lauren Shahadi, Chris Young, you feel different when you walk in this building.
You feel different.
Right?
You feel different. It feels good around camp.
That's right. You were here for 2 years, and you get the sense that they want to get back to the World Series and win it all.
This is the moment where we get to answer the question, are they better this year since losing Soto? You
What's
bring
your
in
answer?
Paul Goldschmidt, you bring in Bellinger, Devin Williams, Max Fried. I think as a team, they look good out there. You have a couple injuries we're worried about right now, but I'm looking forward to catching up with the guys today.
A first AL pennant since 2009. This is a team that's trying to get back there. In the words of Giancarlo Stanton, that's not the trophy they want. They want the next one, and their captain agrees. We spoke with Aaron Judge not too long ago about what his goals are coming into camp.
It doesn't change. It's still kind of the same thing. You know, we got a goal here when we play in New York. You know, CY knows it's about winning a championship. And, we came close last year, got a chance to go to the dance, didn't finish the job, but I know everybody in this room is motivated to, get back there and rewrite the script.
When you're the leader of the Yankees, the captain, and you have these players coming in, do you have something that you found to be the most successful as far as getting to know the new guys and welcome them into the culture?
You kind of led by example when you were here, man. I was just a young guy trying to make my way, and, just even inviting me over to sit down and eat, just kind of getting to know me. Like little things like that go a long way. So for me, it's just about trying to get to know the guys first. What do they think about? What's their family life? What's their situation with that? Just try to get to know them on a personal level, because then once I can get that personal level, then we can kind of get into more of the good stuff. But you showed me the way years ago, man.
It was 10 years ago, to be exact, this week, that you had a pinch hit at bat, 9th inning, against the Phillies, replacing this guy to tie up the game. What do you remember about him coming up?
Well, I was like, well, that's it.
That's a wrap.
It's a wrap. No, you know what I remember about Judge? He was the young player who come in. Granted, he has his size, and I remember we had a lot of conversations just in the locker room. Super humble guy, exact same guy that he is today. But seeing him in spring training, you pinch hit for me 10 years ago, come in and hit a 3-run homer. I'm like, man, this guy has a bright future ahead. And seeing you do it year in and year out, going to last year is the best season that I've ever seen. From the slow start to the best season of your career, like how do you carry that into another season? I know this spring you're trying to get more at bats. You're trying to take away the slow March, April. What feel are you looking for to where you feel like it's clicked for you?
It just takes that one swing. You know how it is. You go through all these reps, all the batting cage sessions, the live at-bats here, but it's just about the more reps I can get until you finally get that one swing or that one feel, then you kind of hold on to that and kind of work off that. So, just got to put in the work. We'll see today how today goes and kind of go from there.
Aaron, I was walking out with you in the outfield, and I heard about 100 little kids screaming your name. And I was thinking it's kind of a human element to it, right? As a human, you hear that, and you get it everywhere you go. That's how I scream for Madonna, by the way. I mean, how do you digest that?
It never gets old. It's something that, as a kid, I picture myself as that kid. I was going to
Who were you screaming
Giants. Oh my goodness. Rich Aurelia, JT Snow. At the time, Pedro Feliz, he was the third baseman for the Giants, trying to get his autograph. It's just, I just picture myself as that kid, in the uniform, hoping for a chance to get an autograph, a hello, a little something. So, it takes 2 seconds. It takes 2 minutes to go over there, say hello, sign an autograph, and then that kid has a memory that, hopefully he's standing in my shoes in 10, 15 years and he can share that same moment.
Is that what JT and Rich did for fans and young kids, and that's how you kind of wanted to emulate? That's how you kind of wanted to act?
Yeah, it was just kind of all the guys before me that kind of showed me the way, how they treated the fans, how they treated them with respect. I kind of wanted to be the same way.
Will we ever see a beard on Aaron Judge?
I can't grow one like you. I can't grow one that good, so I don't want to.
I'm chapped. I'm like looking in there right now, like, I don't know. But
No,
anyway.
I don't think so. I don't think so. If I could grow it, maybe, but the guys before me didn't, so I'm not.
Tell me how sweet baby Nora's doing.
Oh, she's incredible. She's sleeping through the night.
Wait, what?
My wife Sam.
You know
is a
that's not
trooper.
normal,
That's
right?
not normal. That's why I don't want to say it. It's probably jinxing myself now, but it's she's been a blessing. My wife's she's killing it right now. So.
Are you good at diapers? 1 to
I'm the
10, rate
fastest.
yourself. You're the fastest what?
I'm the fastest this side of Florida.
Oh, he's
yeah,
being
this side of
cocky.
Florida, I'm the fastest. I don't
He's
know
good at everything. All right, 1 to 10, you're a 10 in diaper changing.
I'm a 10. I'm a
Wait,
10.
why? What's your technique?
I kind of just dove right into it. The first day in the hospital, I saw the nurse do it, and I said, "Hey, show me." Like I'm diving in. Like I just
Anything
gotta,
you can do, I can do better.
Exactly.
Let's
There's
go.
a little competition.
Good luck to you, Aaron.
Thank you. Thank you.
Judge can take care of the offense. He will let the staff do the rest. Look at these arms, as good as it gets. Sign Max Fried to that 8-year, $218 million deal in the offseason. I asked him what sporting the pinstripes means to him.
Wow, it definitely was overwhelming, but exciting at the same time. Anytime you can come in, join an organization like the Yankees, and obviously the season they had last year, I'm just excited to kind of come aboard and try to help win more games and hopefully a World Series.
Like you came with the Braves, but being a Yankee, you have access to so many legendary players that are here trying to share their knowledge with you. So the night that you're pitching, you have Roger Clemens sitting in the dugout. You get the opportunity to talk to him right after your outing. Tell us a little bit about that conversation and what it means to be able to have access to those guys.
I've been very fortunate to be a part of two organizations with a lot of, really great, just legends of this game. So for me to be able to come in the dugout and just be able to talk to Roger like that. The guy's got 7 Cy Youngs, and he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball history. So to kind of hear what he has for me and just attacking and just a little bit of just the stuff in between innings or the adjustments you make in between pitches, it was just a lot of fun to be able to kind of hear him talk and see how he sees the game.
Wait, what did he have for you? Because he watched it in real time, so it was instant critique.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of just kind of the stuff between what you tell yourself to get yourself right back on track.
What do you tell yourself?
Stay back. Just like something as simple as just like stay back, breathe. When you get in the pitch clock, sometimes things can speed up, so it's just making sure that you can slow the game down as much as you can and make that good executed pitch that you're trying to make every time. Pick a bunch of guys' brains who had a lot of success in this game so far. So if there's something that I can pick up from them that helps me out there for one pitch to be able to get a guy out, that could be the difference between winning and losing. Of having a guy in scoring position and getting an out when you need it.
Who's your locker next to here?
I'm next to Luke Weaver.
Okay. Oh my
Yes.
gosh,
Yes.
he's got something for you. What's your best conversation you've had with Luke?
He brings something to the table every day. It's something new. It's something different. But he's always in a good mood, so it's nice to walk in, say good morning to him, and see what he has for me.
I asked him what he would do if he didn't play baseball. He said underwater basket weaving. So perhaps you guys can learn that, right? Is that Luke Weaver?
I would say that's on par.
Good luck to you this season.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for the time.
Max Fried will start the party, and Devin Williams, he will end it. This bullpen looks a little bit different this year. No Clay Holmes. Enter Williams, who is one of the baddest in the game, and he described being a Yankee in one word.
It's the pinstripes. They're iconic, so I was really excited about it. I think it looks good on me.
I think it does too. You were talking the other day about your outing against the Phillies, and I heard you say, I was just playing around with a few things. What are you using these times and these innings for?
Yeah, it's the changeup's a big field pitch, so it's just kind of getting it to do what I want to do, putting it in spots that I want to put it. Just playing around with it, like I said.
I mean, we always have an outside perception of an organization. How has it compared to the reality so far?
It's been awesome so far. They really are a first-class organization. They do everything top of the line. It's a great group of guys over here as well. I'm really getting along with everybody.
What's the best conversation you've had with another Yankee pitcher?
Honestly, I didn't really have much to say, but listening to Garrett talk about, there's like a bunch of different analytical ERAs and like how they calculate that, and just listening to him talk about it was kind of eye-opening to me. That's you're in the deep end. Like if you're listening to Garrett, I don't really get that that far down the rabbit hole, but he had a lot of interesting things to say.
Yeah, he's a student of the game, and it's worked for him. What's your favorite tattoo?
I would say this one on my forearm here.
What do you got? What does it say, Devin?
It says, "I was taught to be a winner, but I learned more from my losses."
Isn't that the truth? That's a life lesson in baseball and in life. You're going to be a winner here. Congratulations and good luck this season.
Thank you.
30 Clubs in 15 Days presented by T-Mobile, stopping at Yankees camp, hanging out with last year's winners of the American League. 94 wins for the Yankees with more help on the way. And CY caught up with Cody Bellinger about his new home.
Thanks, Lauren. Lucky to have the opportunity to be out here with the new center fielder, Cody Bellinger. First of all, thanks for your time, man. How's spring training going for you?
Training's been great, just body's feeling good, getting that swing in a good spot and making sure, the legs are under you and, checking off all the boxes, stealing bases, playing good defense, get back into the routine of things.
When you're the new guy on the team and you're going to be manning center field, there is a responsibility that comes with that. What are the conversations, especially with you and Judge, that you have to have ahead of time to make sure y'all are always on the same page?
Yeah, like in center field, you have your 0-0 spot, right? And if it's a lefty or righty, now we have cards. There's data showing where they hit the ball against certain pitches, and which is all crazy. And so, depending on, we'll say a lefty's up, I'm going to move over to right, to left center field over here a certain amount, and he's moving pre-pitch at bat, he's moving pre-pitch at bat. And so between each hitter, I'm letting, as a center fielder, know, hey, I moved over this way about 5 feet. I'm letting him know I moved over this way about 5 feet, just so, ball's in the gap. We have an idea of where we're at, and always communicating pre-at-bat. It's the most important thing you do as an outfielder. So when the ball's hit, you can just run to the ball and you know where your other guys are at. You don't want to be like, oh, where's my left fielder, where's my right fielder, and then where's the ball? You want to know where everybody's at. Knowing where you are at the field, knowing your teammates. There's so much just knowing where you're at, knowing your teammates, and just communicating all the time.
I love it. I love it. You're so ready to lead this outfield. I'm looking forward to seeing you out here on a nightly basis. Lauren, this has been so insightful for me as a center fielder. It's always nice to talk to another center fielder. Back to you.
CY, thank you. Took care of center field like you have for a long time. What does the infield look like? That's my next question. Jazz Chisholm came over, filled in at third base. He'll be at second this year. And CY asked him if he'll bring his third baseman glove with him.
New camp, not at third base anymore, officially the second baseman. Are there different gloves that you had at third base that you bringing into second base, or the exact same glove?
When I first moved over to third base, our infield coach he asked me to try using a bigger glove. I didn't really like my transfer with the gloves, and I didn't like reaching into it. Felt a little bit too big for me, so I went back to my regular glove, and everything was still good. It's just still catching the ball, I always knew how to do that, so the gloves never mattered to me.
You just got to trust your hands.
You just got to trust yourself.
Why do most guys use a bigger glove at third base?
I think they don't trust themselves. That's all I can say. I feel like at the same time, those are the guys who are the guys hit the ball hard, so they might want a little extra, but I'm always going to catch the ball no matter what size the glove is,
So we've had shortstop, third base, center field, second base. Expectations for yourself at second this year? I know the sky's the limit, so come on, let me hear it.
I mean, we all know I'm going for the gold glove, man. That's the only way I know how to go, It's only one way I aim, and it's at the top. So for me, it'd be gold glove, silver slugger, do it all. Might win an MVP.
Throw the MVP in there. Last thing, let me check the glove out. Tell me a
out,
little
man.
bit about the glove, the brand.
So this is the brand me and my partner started. Absolutely ridiculous, innovative for athletes. ARIA for short. Absolutely ridiculous for short. However you want to use it. This is our partnership with Clemson. We did a college partnership this year, and I mean it's going great, man. We have quality just as good as any glove company out there, and I've been with them for 3 years. We started up the company 3 years, and now I feel like we're the best in the business.
Love it, love it. Can't wait to hear more about the brand. Seeing you do your thing out there, Jazz. Appreciate you.
Jazz has gloves, he's got bling, and he's got a vibe. And that is exactly what Brian Cashman has tried to do when evaluating talent and bringing people to the New York Yankees.
Manager interviews are presented by Sage, the official finance software partner of Major League Baseball.
Welcome back to our Grapefruit League coverage. This is the perfect spring training day. It's time for our manager interviews presented by Sage.
How is it already spring? Aaron Boone, when you look back on that epic run last year, what stands out? The good stuff?
The closeness of our team. This is now my 8th season. I feel like for the most part we've had really close, tight-knit groups. Last year took the cake. Those guys were incredibly close. And I think it's so important to have that because, especially playing in New York, you're going to have to weather storms and you're going to have to deal with tough moments. And I feel like when you're strong in the room, it helps you deal with those
And
things.
now you have new guys, and not just new guys, new guys. What's that integration process, kind of balancing, you already know them, with getting to know them?
Yeah, it's been great. Like Max Fried, we talk a lot, like we went into it thinking, I don't know how much he's going to love this. And from the moment we met with him on Zoom to watch him kind of integrate himself, lean into, be real pliable, coachable, kind of invest in everyone, not only his teammates, but everyone in the room has been great. Belly and Goldie are just pros. Devin coming over with what he's going to mean to the back end of our pen. I feel like, that this is one of those things that's so important about spring training is building that closeness. And it's something that we never want to take for granted. Just because we were close last year, you got to work at that. You got to fight for that. You got to invest in one another. And spring training is that time when you can do it, when there's a little less pressure and you're getting ready to go.
Speaking of the closeness, as I show up to camp, my expectation was everybody's going to have these big, full-grown beards out, even with you. And it seems like everybody's walking on eggshells right now. Everybody's staying together. Nobody knows if the new rule is legit yet.
Yeah, there's tiers of how they're talking about he's a reformer. So a lot of us that have been here now a while, it's that. It's like, do I go for it or? So it's a little uncomfortable for everyone, I think.
Are you going to go for it?
I'm probably not. We'll see. We'll see about maybe next year or something. But this year, I'll probably, for the most part, I'll probably stay tight and clean.
I think if you go for it, the rest of the team will kick on. So it looks like it's going to be a year in the waiting for the guys.
I may have some of those days where it's like a little extra, like. Normally, I would have absolutely shaved that day. I may have that extra day.
What was the message to the team this year, coming in the spring?
Talk about the closeness and how I want us to work at that. But also, another trait that I felt like we had last year was it was a hungry group, and that's not a given either. And maybe last year part of that was coming off a season in which we didn't make the postseason, and I think that was a real motivating factor for a lot of guys. I think getting to the World Series, losing in a tough way, I think is another motivating factor for these guys. So it's like, I want us to go fight for that hunger, and that's not a given, and we want to be a hungry team. I want that to be one of our traits as we go through the season, and this is that time we start to find that.
You have an incredible team. Thanks for letting us cover you. I know you watch the network all the time, so if we don't cover you right, you're going to let us know, right? I want a heaping burrito. I want to not feel good when it's done. Aaron Boone up top. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There is so much talent behind us on this big league team and much more to come. For more on the top prospects, here's Sam Dykstra.
Thanks, Lauren. Let's take a look at the Yankees farm system, starting up top with their top 100 prospect, Jason Dominguez. Everybody knows the Martian, trying to earn the left field spot. But I want to focus on 3 spring training standouts. George Lombard Jr. has turned some heads with both his offensive and defensive play in the infield. Will Warren trying to win a spot back in the major league rotation after debuting last year. And Spencer Jones, who has already gone deep twice. Spencer joins us now. Spencer, thanks so much for being here. One thing that stands out to me about what you've done is you told this to my colleague, Brian Hoke, you feel dangerous this spring. You've gone through some swing changes to allow that to happen. What are some of those changes?
Right. Thank you for having me. But, most of the changes I'm starting to make this season and going back into this offseason was when it's time for me to swing, I want to be able to, move my body as a unit. And the times past where I would get to situations where I would tell myself to swing and I would have too much slack in my body, and when I would swing, it would just be late, behind it, under it, any of those things. So just trying to get in better control of the positions that I am to see the ball.
You were one of last year's spring breakout standouts. You homered twice in that game. You're going to get to play again against the Orioles this time around. What are you looking forward to about going through that?
Spring breakout game's great. I mean, this time around it's fun. I'm going to be able to play one of my college teammates with Enrique Bradfield, and so we've been going a little back and forth about that. On hopefully the Yankees are going to win, obviously, but it's just a fun, exciting opportunity for a lot of fans to see your team's prospects. And I know a lot of the guys being able to play on television is really cool, and like having their families get to be able to watch them. Obviously because not everybody's families are able to be here during the spring. So I think it's just a great opportunity for fans to get to know players.
Yeah, great. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you out there against the Orioles. Spencer, thanks so much for joining us. Back to you, Lauren.
The Yankees are so good at evaluating talent. It's part of the reason they made that deep run into October, but there's expectation here. You walk in this building, they know it's been 15 years, CY, since the World Championship. What are your takeaways?
This is the New York Yankees. They continue to put their foot on the gas, talking to Cashman, talking to Boone, seeing all the additions that they brought in. I think they're going for it again. And Sierra, I think they're going to do it. They're going to run it back. American League champions Devin Williams will lead the league in saves this year with so many opportunities.
Al Leiter, you hear that with that airbender, that's safe. What about Aaron Judge, 55 home runs?
Yeah, that's safe. Hot take.
Hot take. That's how I predict. For more 30 clubs in 15 days, go to MLB.com.